Hey everybody, it's Nikki with Delicate Tension Tarot. This is going to be a reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or if you just have a lot of Libra in your chart. Something I like to say as an example for people is that I have 5 placements in Sagittarius, so I embody a lot of Sagittarian energy. So sometimes it's best for me to watch those videos instead of Leo, which is my sun sign. Sometimes it's good for me to watch Aquarius, which is my rising. And then other times it's good for me to watch Cancer because I have those in my love planets or asteroids. I also have it in my Chiron, so that's the area of healing that I need to do. So yeah, you can always look up your personal astrology chart at Cafe Astrology, or if you have an astrologer that you go to or an astrologer that you like, you can always get them to do your chart for you as well. I'm going to try to go through this quickly like I have in every other video. I am so sorry that I did not do readings for the month of January. I needed a timeout. The energy was really heavy, and personally for me it was a lot to internally digest and process for myself with what I was, I guess, what was coming up for me. Other people it was external circumstances, but that's just how things go, so I took a well-needed break. I don't know if I'm going to do bi-weeklies anymore. I might just stick to doing one monthly reading for each sign. That will change as it goes, I'm sure, especially depending on how busy or not busy I am. I do have a full-time job on top of trying to run my own tarot business on top of doing this, so bear with me when I'm being weird or whatever. So yeah. I'm here now. That's all that matters. We do have a Mercury retrograde coming up on the 16th of this month, so be prepared for that. I always tell people just go with the flow. Whatever you get hit with, do the best that you can. Make sure you double check everything. Really look at information that's being given towards you, especially in terms of communication. With this Pisces, or with the retrograde being in Pisces, communication is going to be very strange. There's going to be bits and pieces missing. So really trust your intuition, trust your gut on what it is that you feel when receiving certain communication, because words are not going to make as much sense as usual. If you have contracts or things you need to sign, commitments you need to make, just think about it thoroughly before you say yes. If you have time to do that, if it's a short window, do the best that you can, but be prepared for some revisions after we go direct. And with that being said, I'm going to get started on your reading. So let's see what's happening here for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What's happening for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? Now, it's interesting because as soon as I cracked the deck, we had Judgment with Temperance in reverse. So it's quite possible that there's going to be some very specific decisions made around what is not working for you, or what is even. With Temperance, it's all about balance. It's where we are balanced mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, financially. With it in the reverse, that means that something is out of balance. So if it's out of balance, take a look at why and what needs to go, or what can stay. So there's going to be some pretty big decisions this month around that for you. Let's go ahead and see what's happening for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, please. What's happening for Libra in the month of February? We have the Ace of Wands, so that's new beginnings. That's new things bringing you back to life. It's new things really being sparked within you that have a potential for some very strong growth if you can really give into it or work with it, or take the action towards it. What's blocking you? We have the High Priestess. Your own intuition might be blocking you, or that feeling or that sense of the unknown. What is it that I know and what is it that I don't know? And can I trust? Can I trust what it is that I do know within myself? I think you're really being called to trust yourself this month. I think you're being called to trust yourself after this month. I think you're being called to trust yourself for the long haul. I think maybe that's what you're dealing with on a deeper level here, is in what ways have I not trusted myself and how did I pay for that? So really look at that and think about that this month, okay? See, not trusting yourself probably led to a little bit of heartbreak here. So let's see what's happening in the subconscious. We have, 2 cards. In your subconscious, you're dealing with the Emperor and the Seven of Swords in reverse. There could have been some truth that was, you know, either shed or something that came to light. You might have not even had to see anything or say anything, but it once again was you trusting yourself. Now with the Emperor there, part of me too, if it's not dealing with a specific individual, it could be you learning that you are in control. You are the master and the creator of your own life. Stop thinking that you're not. That could also be what this is saying here. Let's see what's happening in the recent past. We have justice. So justice was served in the recent past in some way, shape, or form. We have the Ten of Cups. And we have the Queen of Swords. Personally, for me, I think you chose yourself. I think you chose your own happiness. And I think you chose to try to end something on the best note possible. I think it really was ending something where you could feel happy with yourself on the way that it ended. You had to do things your way. Yeah. Sorry, that was the Ten of Pentacles that flew out. You had to do things your way, and I think too you're changing a lot of quite possibly your storyline, whether it's a storyline you picked up from your parents or your environment, things that you grew up seeing. But whatever it is, it was the best call that you could have made. It really was you balancing out the scales within your own life. Let's see what's happening in the higher self sector. Yeah. Two of Swords in reverse. Decision has been made very consciously, very clearly. I'm going to pull one more card for that. Six of Swords. I'm sorry that I'm like being weird for a second here. I had this really strange song pop in my head as soon as I was shuffling those cards. It was the song It's Raining Men. And like, it's weird. Whenever I think of that song, I literally think of it as like a workout song for some reason. And I don't know what movie that correlates with, but that's what I see. Or it could be dancing, but it's something having to do with physical movement. Or that could be what's coming up in your life in the near future. But with the Six of Swords, it was you making a decision to move on. Or move forward, like logically, consciously, you knew it was the right thing to do. But I think it's like, you need to feel passionate about the direction you're moving in. You need to really trust that you're moving in the right direction. And maybe that's what's holding you up. Like, it's not just about doing it in the logic, conscious forefront mind. It's about feeling it. When I see the High Priestess, it's one of those moments where it's like times where something resonates so deeply within your entire being that it sends chills down your spine. To me, that is what the High Priestess is. That's what she embodies. It's knowing with your entire being, with your entire soul. You feel it to the core. Just know that you made the right decisions for yourself. What's happening in the near future? I'm not taking that much. I'm going to be honest, but I will take the card that came up in the upright. We have the Page of Wands. So here's you with this new passionate beginning, right? And it's you looking towards the future, and it's you seeing where you can grow, or you have already grown, or there is already growth occurring. Virgo had that same placement, so look into Virgo's reading possibly. We have the Two of Pentacles, so there could be kind of like this juggling act that you're doing in the near future of trying to choose between one thing or the other. Which way do I go? Nine of Swords, and it could be causing you stress. Virgo had a lot of this energy in their reading. Don't let it stress you out. Trust yourself, right? That's the whole part of this. Let's see what's happening in your emotional sector. We have the Hermit. So you could be in a quiet contemplation mode. Six of Pentacles, possibly giving back to yourself. To me, this is a lot of self-care. This is really devoting time, energy, money, expenses into yourself. Or it could be into your education. It could be into whatever it is that you're really thinking about moving forward with. But it's also, there's a lot of wisdom being found here. I want you to pay attention to that. There's a lot of wisdom being found here. Don't think that you're on the wrong track, because you're not. Page of Swords. There could be somebody at a distance from you, or keeping a distance from you, like somebody who's very at arm's length. They could be thinking about you, looking in on you, checking on you. Maybe in a way that's not very physical. That sounds weird, I know. It's just a very detached feeling. Maybe this is you having to be this way with yourself so you can see the big picture. Don't get stuck in that logical mind for too long, though. Because this is about trusting your soul. This is about trusting your gut. Let's see what's happening around you. What's happening in your environment, your atmosphere. We have the King of Cups. That is a water sign. Could be male or female. And we have the Queen of Wands. These could be people that you deal with in a certain environment. There's the Knight of Cups. This is kind of starting to get really weird and confusing. Three of Wands. Yep, nope, scrapping it. Literally was just told to put it back. So let's see what's happening in your environment. It's really funny. It's almost like, oh, that was them testing me to see if I trusted myself. Ace of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. I almost called it the Eight of Wands, which means there could be some news coming in for you. And we have the Seven of Cups. I think right now in the environment around you, there are new opportunities growing and blossoming. It's something that quite have possibly been in the works for some time, but there's a lot of really weird, foggy uncertainty too. Like, what direction is it going to go in? Because it could go in multiple directions. But keep in mind, this is something that's happening around you. There could be an offer or opportunity that's in the works of being presented to you. And I think in some way it's going to make you feel like your hard work wasn't for nothing. But at the same time, there's still this weird confusion for you. Like, maybe what happens actually confuses the hell out of you, or it ends up doing that. And it's going to make you go, well, which way do I go now? But at the same time, I almost want to connect this to the Mercury retrograde feeling. This is very Mercury retrograde to me. It's not being able to see things clearly. It's kind of feeling like, oh, which way do I go? I don't know because I don't have all the information. So maybe take some time to make sure you gather all the information necessary. If not, gut check yourself on what it is that's happening. So what's in the hopes and fears here? Okay, so we have the King of Swords, Eight of Cups, Seven of Wands, part of me is like, I'm going to talk about this as a hope and a fear. So it's almost like you're hopeful that whatever definitive action you took, you can stick to, because it's been very difficult for you to walk away from these things and defend yourself at the same time and continue to set these boundaries. But at the same time, as a hopeful thing, it's almost like, I feel like you're hoping that someone tests those boundaries. Because I think there's this aspect of you that wants to prove yourself as well. So let's see what's in the far-reaching outcome and advice. Libra, what's in the far-reaching outcome and advice, please? Knight of Swords, something's going to be coming in fast. Sometimes Spirit acts a damn fool. We've got the Tower. This is going to be very unexpected. Eight of Wands might put you back in your head, which is where you don't need to be. I'm going to keep reiterating that for you. Fucking beautiful. We have the Six of Wands, Magician, and the Sun. You are manifesting a full-on victory. I think you're about to have your moment in the sun. I think you're about to feel very proud of what it is that's going to occur in your life. And I think it's something that you created. I think it's something that you did. You manifested it. You made it happen, and it's going to happen. Whatever changes you're wanting to make in your life, right? Whether it's new job, whether it's a new car, whether it's a new boyfriend, whether it's a new outlook on life, whatever it is, it's coming in fast, and it's going to be like, I think the thing is here is that it's going to happen so fast that it's going to make you feel like you're in a tailspin. And that's going to leave you feeling confused, and it's going to leave you feeling stuck, because once again, the issue here is that you get very stuck in your head and you don't trust yourself. So this is about trusting yourself. Whatever it is that's coming in that's this big change. Virgo had a lot of this shit in their reading, so go watch Virgo's reading. It's kind of uncanny how much was in Virgo's reading. But this is very positive. What is happening for you is very positive. It literally is the best case scenario you could want in a reading. You go from being in this place of uncertainty and like almost being afraid that everything that you're doing is for nothing, to being shown that everything that you did was for something. And it was for something much greater than I think you could have even kind of like dreamed up, or whatever was in your imagination. It's going to trump that. But it's almost like you have to use your wisdom and your intuition at this time to really understand, allow, and trust the process of what's happening. So let's clarify the Ace of Wands here. Okay. We have the Chariot, so that's fast movement in a new direction. Ace of Cups, you're not settling for like whatever it was in the past that left you crying, because the Three of Swords did come out with this earlier, but I just put it back in the deck. And the Hierophant, you're like committed to you right now. I think you're committed to producing results. I think you're committed to like honestly balancing your shit out. This is for you. Whatever this path is, it feels very spiritual. Like this doesn't, you're like walking away from everything that fucked you up, and you're not going back to it. And now you're being tested with these boundaries that you're setting. You're being tested to see how much you've actually changed. And you're being tested to see if you really trust yourself and if you trust your guidance. Let's clarify the High Priestess. Page of Swords. So part of me wants to say that that's another part of your block, right? Do you trust yourself, or do you trust this like detached, logical perspective of you gathering all this information to come to a conclusion? I just noticed Death was on the bottom of the deck. This is the transformation. You are no longer someone who is just looking at information. You're trusting what you know, and you're trusting what you feel. I don't think I need to clarify these two, and I don't think I need to clarify this. So let's clarify the Page of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords in your outcome. Ten of Pentacles. This is great. This is great. Ten of Pentacles, the Devil, Four of Wands, the Lovers, and the Star. You have some deep healing happening here. And I think that's why there's so much fear coming up, because the healing that's taking place is so monumental that it's almost like all of the toxic shit that's existed in your life for years is changing. And I feel like you're going to have a new lease on life. I feel like you're going to be more whole than you've ever been. I feel like that you're going to have something to celebrate very soon. And I think you're just going to be in a place where you're like bathing in it, right? Like literally just bathing in the healing waters of what's happening in your life. For some of you, this could be a toxic person coming back into your life, trying to like play house with you. But it's almost like you're going to be like, no, dude, I'm healing. Like, I'm healing from this. I need time to heal. I'll let you know. So let's clarify the Hermit, the Six of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, this is you putting in that work into yourself. And I think you really are you're seeing some results, but at the same time, you're kind of like, how much longer do I have to keep doing the work? Just do the work, man. Don't question how much longer you have to keep doing it. Just keep doing it. You'll know, and you'll see the changes. And then you'll be like, oh yeah, I totally get why I had to keep doing this. Let's clarify the Ace. Let's clarify the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Let's clarify the Ace of Pentacles. Oh my God. Temperance. Everything that's happening around you is to help you balance out. I'm sorry, for a second there I was like, if there's a whole nother batch of cards that flies out, I'm just skipping this. And then it gave me the one card and I'm like, thank you. Let's clarify the Knight of Swords, the Tower, and the Eight of Swords, because there is a very strange juxtaposition in there. We have the Four of Pentacles. This big change that's coming in is helping you let the fuck go. Like, fully. You're going through a divine transformation here. I love this. And I loved Virgo's reading equally. Let's clarify the Six of Wands. Look at that. Celebration, good times, victory. Magician and the Sun. Let's clarify the Magician and the Sun here. You're going to wonder what you were so afraid of. And you were going to wonder why you ever let those fears hold you back. Yep. Five of Cups in reverse, Six of Pentacles in reverse. You are literally going to be on the other side of something. You are going to see how much you've healed. You're going to know exactly what, who, when, where, and why to give your time and energy to, and your emotions. And you're no longer taking breadcrumbs from anybody in your life. And you're no longer dealing with this. Which is not only the deception of the self, but it's the deception of other people. Because I think from now on, you are going to trust your gut, like the High Priestess does. And you're literally going to follow where your heart takes you. What are these? I feel like I need to pull one more card. I don't know why. Well, we got two. Yeah, you really need to clear up with Queen of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. You need to clear up some trust issues here. Because I do think that it does affect not only like your home life, finances, but also your ability to actually feel secure in anything. Whether it's your job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's, like I said, the financial piece, and in yourself. You need to work on that and you need to clear that up. You really need to start trusting your gut and you need to start trusting guidance. I don't know why I keep fucking shuffling because technically the reading's over. Shit, you know, we just got the same two cards with the Page of Wands now. Go on this new journey. Go on this new journey. Watch Virgo's reading. Maybe that's what it's talking about because technically the Queen of Pentacles is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Because you're going to be becoming this, the Empress. You're moving into that territory and that energy. You've just got to say it bye-bye. You got to keep those boundaries up. So let's pull 3 cards from the deck of character to see what's going on. First card we have is Hot Springs. Soak in those healing waters. Continue doing the healing work. You have Baby Angel. I feel like a blessing is coming your way. Like literally somebody is watching over you and protecting you. And then we have Unicorn. Dude, this is a magical 3-card spread. And we have Heaven at the bottom of the deck. I'm telling you, really great things are coming. Amazing things are coming. I almost feel like with the Unicorn thing, it's the same thing with the outcome in this reading where you're just going to be like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what just happened? And literally right now, I get this feeling in this image of just crying. Like, crying from the sheer joy. Once you're on the other side of this, of seeing something that you never thought was possible. But also, don't get hung up on, like, The what, who, when, where, why. Let go of the logical stuff. Let go of the analytics. Trust your gut. Trust what it is that you feel. Because your mind is the only thing that is continuing to get in the way. All right, Libra. I hope you love this reading as much as I did. I feel like Leo through Libra so far. I'm just like, I love these fucking readings for those three. It's very powerful. It's very transformative. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. You really deserve what's in the outcome, because I think you're finally like coming out of the tunnel with crystal clear vision. And I think if you can just stay in that place and you can trust yourself and really dig deep through this last period in February, I think on the other side of things, like literally as soon as it starts getting warm and the sun's coming out more and you feel great, that's when these changes are going to take place. So it could be summer, but I mean, it also technically, we could be looking at full-on transformation, 6 weeks. When things start showing up, 6 weeks. 6 weeks, or by June. Be prepared. Just accept it. Just be happy. And honestly, like, just keep doing the work. Keep trusting yourself, because you really can do this. You've already done it. I mean, like, you've already done this. It's just about continuing. And I know you've got it in you. You definitely have got it in you to stay committed to this, because there is no going back. So thanks for joining me, Libra. If you found this video useful, like, share, subscribe, comment, do whatever you feel you have to do. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for continuing to view the videos if you keep coming back. I really love doing this, and just thank you for all of the support, whether it's like tangible or not. I really, really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys next month.